friends. Happy Sunday or Monday if you're in the future. Hello and welcome. Who's here today? Say hello. Tell us where you're from. I see an Erica. Hi, Erica. How are you? Is that Joanne? Joanne. Hi. Just read your note. Hi, Erica. Coming to you from Moab, Utah. That sounds exotic, Moab. Nice for you to be here today. Hi, feel free to say hi. Welcome to Spirit and Soul Sundays. Hi, Goldie, LA, Los Angeles or Louisiana? I'm thinking you're meaning Los Angeles. I lived there for a while. Hello, Millie from Alaska. Nice to have you guys here. Los Angeles, what part, Goldie? Where was I? I was Studio City for a while, Santa Monica, and Reseda. Oh, in Long Beach originally, yeah. So good to see you, Joanne. Yes, you're still traveling, but you're with your family. Santa Monica, one of my favorite places in the world, Goldie. Congratulations. I love Santa Monica. Hey, Rhonda. Good to see you, our friend. Good. Nice. How's everybody feeling today? Yay, Linda. Spirit and Soul Sunday. This is our second Spirit and Soul Sunday. I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing what kind of journey we go on together today. Joanne, did you see my most recent note? I wrote a note right after you wrote your note in the Circle of Love. I'm a smidge chilly today. We're just gonna linger and chit chat for a little bit while we wait for a few more folks to get in, and then we will start our adventure today. You're welcome. I really am curious about all the energy going on inside you. Very curious. So what's going on with everybody today? Talk to me. How are you? How are you feeling? What have you been up to? How's your spiritual journey so far? For those of you who are new to me, this is a special edition of my lives. I call it Spirit and Soul Sunday. And we basically go on a journey together. We either end up going to meet our guides or we end up going on a journey to meet a precious little lost fragment of our soul. Perhaps it will do some reintegration, or maybe we'll just hang out with it if we do that. Rhonda says, feeling good, but also sad. Just got off the phone with mom, who is declining in dementia. I know that feeling, Rhonda. My dad had that, and Marty's husband had that. Marty, for those who don't know, is an elderly woman that I live with here in Rochester, New York. She's having the memory bit. We don't know if it's dementia yet, but the memory loss stuff is definitely ramping up. I tell you, it's been one of the biggest lessons in love for me, and also just being present. Quite typically, what my experience has been is that folks who have dementia or memory loss start to live from a different reference point, is the best way to put it. So when we were dealing or helping my elderly friend's husband, he had pretty much advanced vascular dementia, and he was frequently living in the moment from the reference point of past memories. So for him, they were very real. And a lot of people were like saying, no, that's wrong. That's not happening, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, hey, it's real for him, so we can just hang out with it and talk about it. So I would just chit chat with him and basically be present with learning whatever reality he was living from that moment. And it would change from day to day or week to week. It could have been childhood. It could have been 20, 30 years ago. So it was actually quite fascinating to me. Hopefully that helps you, Rhonda. It's hard, but it is really an act of love to just be present with whatever they're currently remembering or not remembering. What else, everybody? What else is going on? Yes, being present is so important, Rhonda says. It's so awful to watch them leave us and still be here. Well, it is and it isn't. It's difficult for us, but for them, it's a softer, easier path. I heard a wonderful theory many, many years ago from Abraham Hicks, who, for those who don't know, they are the original teachers of law of attraction, at least one of the bigger ones, maybe not the exact original. But anyways, they gave me a wonderful perspective about old age and particularly about dementia and Alzheimer's, and that these folks didn't feel or think that they had the option. They didn't realize or believe that they had the option to change their perspective in order to feel better. So for a lot of folks who are having dementia and Alzheimer's, it's actually easier for them because they're forgetting painful stuff that they're eventually not going to be taking with them when they pass, right? So it's a kind of a letting go. It's kind of a release, and it's a softer, gentler way for them to make their passing, because they didn't learn some of the stuff that we've learned. I mean, in the case of my dad, he had a very painful childhood, went through the foster system, and lost his mom at like age 4 or 6 or whatever, and then social services came and put him and his sister in foster homes, and then eventually they got split, and he never, even up, he died at like 94 or something, he never had the tools and the emotional capacity to find a way to feel better. He was a very devout and faithful man in terms of his religion, but he softened. He became a much less critical, much less mean person as the dementia was kicking in. It was actually really amazing. And we were very open and very allowing. We were very present with him, wanting him to have a dignified passing. So we weren't like any of these, some families have so much trouble with letting the demented person be who they are in the moment as that person and their personality changes, that they try and control them. I've actually lived in a home once where this daughter was trying to control her mom as her mom's Alzheimer was getting worse. It was really sad and very stressful. And I just hung out with the old lady and talked about professional tennis and ice cream and her teaching, her history as a professor. She was like a professor history of art or something. What are you guys saying? Linda, cherish the good moments, accept their perspective in the present. Spent many years closely with my dad throughout the disease. Yeah. Well, yeah, disease. It's dis-ease, right? I know it's quote unquote diagnosed, but in my belief system, they're choosing this method of passing as the better path for them in the moment. I know that's a controversial perspective, but from the perspective that we create our own reality, it syncs up. Cool. Who else is here? Yeah, think that one over. I mean, you hear me talk about loving allowance all the time, Rhonda, right? So it's sort of part and parcel of the perspective of loving allowance. If we have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves, right? With our emotions, our thoughts, our happenings, our events, our scenarios. And then when we offer that to someone, particularly somebody with dementia or Alzheimer, regardless of whether they've been diagnosed or not, just offering that loving allowance for them to be who they are in their own time and space, with all the life they've lived and all the different things they've manifested or not, and all the different decisions and choices they've made. This is just another choice. So when we allow it to be, it creates a spaciousness, like I always talk about. It creates a deeper sense of peace because we know that we have no control over it, and however it unfolds, as long as we have that loving allowance for how it unfolds and that we're just lovingly present with it, then we know it'll be okay. We know it'll all be good. And yeah, the sadness comes up and the frustration and the anger about the person changing in front of our eyes. But again, love and allowance. It is always dis-ease. Joanne, you studied Ayurveda. Very cool. Hello, Kimmy. Nice to see you, dear. Good to have you. All righty. Well, I think we've got enough people to get started. I see my buddy Gary. How are you? Cool. So welcome to the new people. If you haven't said hi yet, please feel free to say hi in chat. I'm looking forward to our session today. Sit back, enjoy the cozy mountain view in this virtual background with the beautiful warm fire. And yeah, what we're going to do today, we start off with a little intuitive practice exercise. And you guys get to pick as a group, as a collective, whether we go on a spirit walk journey or whether we go on a soul fragment reintegration or meeting journey. They're all pretty much meetings, and I guide you guys through that whole process. For other folks who, for the folks who are new, who haven't been to one of my lives before, I do a different type of live on Wednesdays and Fridays. I do ChakraTouch readings. ChakraTouch is a gift that I was given where I can read people's energy in their chakras and guide them through whatever resolution the energy's needing in the moment. And as the regulars here will tell you, it's quite fun and super cool. All righty. Anyone else want to say hi before we get started? Hi, Gary. Good to see you. I'm well today. Yeah, I have been enjoying a relaxing weekend. Marty's whole family is here celebrating her birthday, which is tomorrow. And it's been nice to have a break from that while they give her all this beautiful, loving attention. So that's pretty awesome. Hi, Lady Peacock. Welcome. Your first time here. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing because I just decided last moment to pop in. Well, hopefully you enjoy it. I will guide you along the way. We are going to go on a journey either to meet our spirit guides or to meet a precious little lost fragment of our soul and see what either one of those has to present us. And we're going to get started just shortly. I just like to let people have time to say hi and be acknowledged. We have a lot of love in my lives, which is an important part of my message. And my purpose really is to help guide people on the path to their heart and help them learn how to live from love more and more deeply. So that's what I'm all about. Oh, kind of nervous and scared, lady. Okay. I don't know if it's because my Christian background. Yeah, hey, well, we'll just hold a space of allowance for that, my friend, and we'll see what develops. And any faith, stuff that I talk about, I believe is relevant to any faith, truly. So doesn't matter to me what religion people are or what their belief system is. I believe that we are all one and you are welcome to be here. So thanks for coming today and hopefully you enjoy it. Okay. Let's get started, my friends. We got 28 people. That should be good, right? All righty. So the way we get started with this on Sundays, you are most welcome, Lady Peacock. It's a fun name, by the way. We're just going to start off with a gentle meditation that helps bring us into our intuition. And then we're going to be listening into our hearts and to our intuition for the choice that your spirit, that your divinity wishes to explore today. The two choices are spirit or soul. So one would be a spirit walk to meet our guides, or the other would be a soul journey to meet a fragment of ourselves that we've tucked away for safekeeping, as I like to say. So what we'll start is, yeah, if you're sitting, just make sure your feet are flat on the floor, back as straight as possible, arms relaxed. If you're laying down or lounging, just be real present with how your body is connecting to whatever piece of furniture you're on, connecting to the floor if any part of you is touching the floor. And gently place your left hand on the center of your heart there, right on your heart chakra, and your right hand over it. Slowly close your eyes and bring your mind's eye to focus on that spot right where your hands are touching your heart. Find a comfortable and natural breathing rhythm for yourself. And just use the beautiful tool of your mind to focus all of its attention right there on your heart space. Feel the warmth of your hands as they gently and lovingly rest on your chest. And allow your mind to sink ever more deeply into the center of your heart space. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And another one. And one more. Feel your body and your heart settling in. As we say a brief invocation. Dear Spirit, Source, God, Universe, fill our hearts with your divine love. Increase our capacity to feel all of our emotions and our ability to love ourselves and others. Bolster our strength with your divine courage so that we may face any and all happenings in our life, be they challenging or exciting or in between, and open our minds to your divine wisdom so that we can grow in intuition, so that we can increase our capacity to see that which we were not able to see before, to perceive that which is unseen, and to more deeply understand what Saint Antoine de, what is it? Antoine de Saint-Exupéry says in The Little Prince, that it is only with the heart that one sees wisely or rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eyes. So my friends, turn your focus again to your heart space now, filled with divine love, sparked with divine wisdom, and allow to bubble up either the word spirit or the word soul. And if something more comes up, if something comes up like I wish I could forgive my mom, or a phrase like that. Either write the phrase or write the words spirit or soul in the chat, and we will begin our process of figuring out what journey we'll take today. There is no right or wrong answer, and if nothing comes to you, it does not mean your intuition is broken. It just means you are open to either path. And take your time, my friends. Allow it to bubble up if it will. If it doesn't, just be present with it. No judgment, no stories, no expectations, no worries. One for spirit and one for soul. Hmm. Oh, Rhonda, beautiful seeing some water. 3 for spirit, 1 for soul. Spirit, 1 for soul. Hello, William. Hi, Carol. I don't think we've met. Welcome to the live today. Hi there. Thanks for waving. 5 for spirit, 2 for soul. Take your time, my friends. We all get to contribute to this decision. Like I said, if nothing comes up, it doesn't mean your intuition's broken. It means you are open to either journey. Oh, cool, Carol. Nice. My first day back in December? Or do you mean my first day last Sunday of doing Spirit and Soul Sundays? I think I see a friend from Jackie Mancuso's live. April from Japan. Hi, welcome to you. December. Wow, Carol. Cool. Welcome back. My friends, if you're just arriving, we are listening to our intuitions and asking whether our spirit wants us to go on a spirit journey or a soul journey. Awesome, William. So far, spirit's winning. We've got 5 for spirit and 2 for soul. Jessica wants soul. Anybody else want to weigh in on their intuitive sense? It's a great little game for practicing our intuitive skills. Last call on the vote. Michelle wants spirit, please. Can't see what that emoji is, but it looks like 2 stars traveling around. Kimmy's going for spirit. Spirit's pulled ahead 7-3. All right, my friends, last call. Either one are great, quite honestly. They're both super fun and really, really deep. All right, spirit wins. We are going to go on a journey to meet our spirit guides. So before we do that, let me explain my understanding of our guidance system when it comes to our spirit guides. So really, spirit guides can be anyone or any being, quite honestly. A lot of times they're a person that we knew or a person we didn't know, but an ancestor of sorts. Sometimes they're angels. Sometimes they're kitty cats and doggies and other critters and beings, maybe ones that we loved that have gone before us. And who knows what they really could be. Sometimes they're just energy. They're all our energy. Sometimes mine just have a figure of sorts, and I don't see faces or anything. So Do your best to stay open to whatever is revealed. Names and details of what they look like aren't important necessarily, but you might be given that. And the main thing is we're just going to go meet them, hang out with them in a loving space, and see if they have a message for us. And your message will be unique to you as an individual. Spirit guides. I'm I'm sure that they do connect with our souls on some level, Linda, but in my thinking, which is not necessarily right or wrong, it's just my thinking. They're kind of part of the entire energy system. I mean, everything's energy and we're all one love anyways. So the way that my understanding of how they work with us is that they are concentric circles of guides. So the smallest circle in closest to us, those are the guides that work with us on a day-to-day, day in, day out sort of basis. And then as the circles widen, there's still guides there, but the frequency of how often they work with us sort of decreases as the concentric circles go out. And then a lot of times they can change places, right? Depending on the messages or the lessons or the life experiences we're having, they can switch from an outer circle to an inner circle and work with you that way. And sometimes they'll leave us little symbols. Sometimes they'll talk to us through, I believe in angel numbers. I love seeing those. And other times we just, they're just there. I believe they're always there and always available to us, and that we can build a relationship with them if we so choose, and we can seek them out and we can ask them for help, just like we would ask God or the universe or source or angels or really anybody. So, hey, Linda with an I. Linda says, I've not met one of them, but do feel direction guidance. Yeah, yeah. So let's see what happens. All right, my friends. We're going to begin. Let me see. Just feeling into which chakra is calling us to start. We're going to start with the solar plexus. So take your left hand and place your pinky right on your belly button, and then have the other fingers and the thumb above. Okay. And then place your right hand. So left hand first, and then right hand on top of that. That's about where the solar plexus, third chakra is. And get settled again. Back into your body, this time moving your mind's eye to that spot where your hands are resting on your upper belly, right on your solar plexus. Let your breathing be normal and comfortable, whatever that means, however that feels for you. And begin by using your imagination and your mind's eye to picture yourself in a totally white space, devoid of any specifics. It's just one whole white spaciousness. And you're there, feeling into the qualities of this space. Even though it's white and bright, it doesn't hurt your eyes to look around. It's very comfortable. Sense the quality of the air that's around you. It feels exactly like you'd want that air to be cozy, comfortable, supportive, your favorite kind of temperature and air quality. Listen with your mind's ear. And see what sounds are around you. And as you listen, you hear soft, gentle footsteps approaching from behind. And arriving on your left is a figure, one of your guides, here to escort you to the meeting place. Before you even turn to look at them, you can feel the love of their presence, how calm and wise they are, how happy and supportive they are. And you feel the vastness of their very energy and presence next to you. And as you turn and look, see who it is, if you can tell or not. Mine is my dear friend, Dr. Peebles, who has a beautiful Scottish accent and a long, long, thick beard. And this guide offers you their arm, whether they're male or female. They offer it as a gentleman would, or as a dear friend wanting to walk arm in arm with you. And with complete sense of safety and comfort, you loop your left arm around their right. And your guide says in a calm but strong voice, "Shall we proceed?" And you begin to walk forward. And there's a warm, soft glow around your guide that provides extra lighting and extra ability to see around you. And as you two stroll forward, you begin to see your environment around you. You begin to see the details. It is a vast space, beautiful in its decorations. And as you stroll forward, just begin to notice, curious and observant, the different details of the environment around you. Perhaps what's unfolding is a library or a ballroom. It could even be a palace of sorts. It might be an outdoors space, but it's vast and it's comfortable and it is very inviting, calling you forward to go deeper and deeper into it. Just allow this scene to gently and slowly unfold before you with each step. Left, right, left, right. Each step reveals a more crisp and more clear detail. Maybe it shows you a visual, or you hear sounds. And you suddenly, all of it comes together and you realize where you are. And that realization makes you feel so good. This is a great, safe place for you to go. Deep within your solar plexus, in your very energy, in your very soul. And ahead of you, you see a beautiful light source. It's shining so brilliantly. It's so bright and so warm and so comfortable. And it's very, very inviting. And your guide and you walk over to it and just take a moment to observe, what is this light source? What's it look like? How big is it? What kind of color of light is it emitting? How bright or how soft is it? Definitely note what color it is. And as you're looking at it very closely, you see some comfortable seating just nearby, just close enough to be in the light and in the warmth from the light source. And pick one of the chairs or seats or whatever they are. Maybe they're rocks or a bench. Perhaps it's the ground. And sit down with your guide on your left side and just settle into the deliciousness and the beauty of this scene. Hold your hands up to the light source, warming them if you wish. And close your eyes and just bask in the softness, the soothing quality of this entire space. This is a safe meeting place for you to come anytime you want. And you know this. You've created this. And as you feel into that knowingness, you begin to sense that you and the guide with you are not alone. That there are many, many others surrounding you in this space. And you can feel how much they love you. They celebrate your very presence here and your very existence in your life. And open your eyes and gently look around and see if any have come forward to join you in the circle of seats. They may or they may not. Some probably will, and some will still linger out in the outskirts, and that's fine. And just observe with great love and great welcoming. Observe as they come forward to join in the seats around the light source. The guide on your left leans close to your ear and says, "Welcome. These are your guides. We are always with you, and we will always, always love you. And we are here to help you learn, to help you grow, to help you celebrate, to hold you while you cry or hurt. You can call on us any time you want, for we are as much a part of you as any part of your body is." You gently lay your head on their right shoulder, and they put their arm around you and hold you close. Just feel their love, feel their wisdom surrounding you. And then you suddenly realize, oh, that's right. I've come for a message. What message do you have, my dear guides? What do you wish me to know today? And then listen very closely with your mind's ears, my friend. Listen or a message. It may not be clear at first, but just take your time, hold a space of love and openness. The message might be visual, depends on the type of person you are. It might be words, it might be a sound, it might be a sensing or a feeling. It really depends on the kind of person you are. For me, sometimes my guides gesture in response to a question. I might ask them for their advice, and they will either cheer and throw up confetti, or they'll wave their arms around, or they'll dance, or nod their head. And sometimes I get a audible message in words. When you're listening to them with your heart, it doesn't matter how the message comes through, though. Just accept and receive. Let their message permeate your entire being. Let it fill your heart and solar plexus. Allow that message to just sink in. You don't have to understand it necessarily. You just have to receive it. My guides are telling all of you that you're doing wonderfully. They have a message for you. Remember to take good care of yourself, starting with your heart and then your body. We want you to look with your mind's eye at the world around you and seek out evidence of beauty, evidence of love, evidence of well-being. And when you see it, they ask you to open your heart to it and celebrate its existence, no matter how big or small that evidence is. And my guides, thank you for coming to your safe meeting space today to meet your guides. They hope that you feel welcome, loved, and accepted in this space. And they hope that you return to it, whether for guidance or for solace, because it is the space you created for you. So you are always, always and forever welcome there. You feel so called, get up and go and hug each of the guides that you can see nearby you. Look out in the distance with open arms and a big loving thank you. Pay close attention if they have any special whisper messages for you. Go back to your seat with your original guide. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out with a sigh through your mouth. Ah, one more. Ah, and a third and final deep breath in and out. Ah. And turn to your guide who walks you into the safe space. Give them a nod of thanks. And slowly and gently come back to your body in the now, in the moment. Become aware of your arms and legs, your shoulders and your head. And gently just begin to move those parts of your body, giving them a little soothing and a little release. And slowly, when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back to the moment. Come back to the now. Hi, Liz. Welcome. Good to see you. Hmm. I'm just reading what you guys are saying. How was that? Where'd you go? Tell me about your safe meeting space. Tell me about who you met and what message or messages did you get? I was surprised that my guides had a message for you guys as well. Let me see. Oh, Liz, thanks for saying that. Gary says, that was incredible! Exclamation point. Gary, where'd you go? Tell us a story, my friends. William says, I feel so relaxed. Thank you so much, Greg. Yeah, the meeting space is so relaxing. It's so safe whenever I use it. I really feel like I'm coming home to a very special place. Tell me about your journeys, guys. This is as much for you to share, and sharing is as much part of the process and the processing of the experience. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. Rhonda was in a medieval church. What was it like, Rhonda? That sounds cool. Yes, you can all go at once. You can go one at a time. It doesn't matter. This is time for all of you, my friends, to share what your journey was like. And if all you want to do is just bask in the feeling of it, that is also wonderful, beautiful, and fine. Erica says, I went to the woods, big pine trees, bright golden sunlight. My guide was a dog, maybe my dog, lots of animals supporting and loving me. A past therapist, my grandfather, who passed long ago. Wow. Very cool, Erica. William went into a winter wonderland with my spirit, and it was beautiful. I love that for you. Rhonda said the church was made of stone. It did not meet any more guides than the one. He said, you are not alone, and let them, comma, No comma. Let them. Okay, let them. Yeah. Did you feel anything, Rhonda? May not have seen anything or met anybody, but I bet they were there. You heard humming. Oh, that's cool. Humming. What kind of humming, Rhonda? Was it a song or was it kind of just the humming that somebody might randomly do as they're working? Like a Gregorian chant humming. Very cool. William says, my guide was my cat that sadly passed away a few years ago, but it felt so heartwarming. Oh, cool. You met a past pet. Gary went to my very safe place in the woods, too. It's an amazing area and four of my spirit guides were there. Figured you were saying that. Cool. Did you recognize them? Could you tell, and what did they look like? Or did you just feel them? Yeah, and most importantly, friends, what messages did you get? What message did you feel? What message did you hear? Did you see a message? You're welcome, William. I work with love and energy, and it's partnering with the divine, however that is labeled, defined, or understood by us individually. To me, it's all one thing, and partnering with it is so important in my life right now, and it's something that I try to bring into my guiding of others as well. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Linda got the message. You're deserving. Wow. Everybody just drink that in for a minute. You are deserving. Linda, say that out loud with me, my friend. I am deserving. I am deserving. I am worthy. Wow. Wow. I love that for you. Terrible English, the message you received. Well, maybe it was Yoda. Yeah, it's fine. You know how Yoda talks in disjointed grammar. Erica says, at the end, I felt a rush of energy through my heart chakra. This tells me I am surrounded by love. Yes, Erica, beautiful. Not only surrounded by love, my friend, but you are part of it. You are in and amongst it. You are actually love incarnate. You are love, Erica. You are indeed. William says, my message was life has a meaning in a loving way. Wow. Awesome. Hmm. Cammy says, holding hands, we walked together down the beautiful winding path through the house with others, out the back gate to the special garden. As we sat together next, the mist lifted and they were all there together. The clear message was, thank you. We are proud of what you are doing. Oh, I love that for you. Wow. Yeah, Rhonda. Big wow. Capital WOW. Kimmy, I love that for you. Hmm. Yes. It's so true, though, Kimmy. So true. Our guides are so proud. They celebrate us so profoundly, and they're so happy for every little step we take. And they really can see, they see in ways that we don't normally see, particularly when we're like really in the thick of an event or a happening in life that maybe something's dragging us down or or burdening us in some way. And they just can see that with such clarity and so much love. Their perspective is just so amazing. I mean, they're really there to help us learn to how to see things differently, so that we can make the shifts that we need, so that we can see, like Erica did, surrounded by love, right? And then eventually realize, that being love is, part of who we are. Yeah. So cool. Anyone else want to share? I'm so glad you guys joined in for this today. I really love this new live format that we're doing on Sundays. If you don't feel like sharing, in the chat publicly, if you feel like sharing but you're timid about it, let's say, you're welcome to reach out to me through Insight Timer or through my socials. You have to follow me first to message me, I think, but then once you follow on my profile, if you find the donate button, right above that are 3 dots, and that opens up a menu and it says message a teacher. So you are more than welcome to message me and share what your journey or experience or feelings were about this today. Also, thanks in advance for anyone new who wishes to follow. I love when people follow. I'm really happy to be building this community here. Also, we have a beautiful, beautiful group called Circle of Love on Insight Timer. If you go to my profile, the home page, and then scroll all the way down, at the bottom of that is the link to the group, and you are more than welcome to join us there. We talk about life, love, all sorts of stuff, and it's a really sweet space. Also, if anybody wants to connect on socials, if you go to my profile and to the About tab, my link tree is there. It has all my links, Instagram, Facebook. I record all these lives and put them up on my YouTube. So if you're interested in going through this process again with the replay, check out the YouTube. Also, my calendar's there for private sessions, and my email if you ever wish to reach out to me in that method. What else you guys saying? Liz says, William says, I'm going to have to leave now because I have to go to sleep. Okay, William, sleep well. I'm probably going to do Sundays earlier in the future. This time was a smidge late for me on Sundays. You're welcome, William. Have a great sleep tonight. Liz says, to people in the room here, may you embrace your inner wisdom. May you embrace your inner beauty. May you embrace your inner power. That you embrace that you are amazing just the way you are. Thank you, Liz. You are always full of awesome support and loving encouragement. You're welcome, Erica. Yes, we're all seeking, well, not all of us. I'm seeking community, which is one of the reasons I'm building community. I'm building community here in Insight Timer, and I'm also building it outside of Insight Timer. Hopefully it'll all be one someday. But you are welcome, Erica. It's nice to have you with us. Gary says, yes, my 3 dear Shih Tzus and a big black wolf that I see in the area about twice a year. Wow, you've actually got a spirit animal, Gary. Love that for you. Their message was very clear, but for the first time in my life, I don't think I can share this message right now. It was absolutely wonderful. Awesome. Gary, will you write me direct message if you feel like it and let me know? I'd love to know what it is so I can celebrate it with you. I'm so glad you got an amazing message. Ah, yeah. I think you're already following, right? Yeah. Who else would like to share their message, what they got? My guides basically were beaming their huge, loving smiles at me. They're they're very happy and supportive and proud of the work that I'm doing to be building community and trying to guide others towards the path on the path to their heart. Hi, Jody. Welcome. Hmm. Just waiting to see if anyone else wants to share. Oh, that's fine, Jody. My Wednesday and Friday lives, there's really no such thing as being late, because at any moment anybody can get a reading at any time during the hour and a half. But these Sunday lives are definitely a specific journey that we go on. So I do end up having to start it at some point. But yes, come back another time, Jody. Does anyone else want to share before I do a closing meditation for us? Oh, that's right. I do have another announcement. I am looking for a few volunteers. So I have been slowly percolating on some ideas on how to do group-wide reading. Group-wide, that's hard to say. Group-wide readings, W's and R's, for my Wednesday and Friday lives. Normally I do take an individual one at a time and do the personal reading for them, but I'm wanting to develop group-wide readings, and I've got two ideas. So I'm looking for some volunteers. It's going to be something that I do on Zoom so that I can get the auditory feedback. Video is not required. There'll be no cost. But if you are interested in helping, I'm looking for about a dozen or more people, just to do this experiment and see how it goes. I'm not ready to try it out live on Insight Timer, so I want to do it kind of in a controlled environment so I can tweak it and figure out what works and what doesn't. But yeah, if you are at all interested in helping and being a volunteer with this, I already have 6 people. Feel free to reach out to me through Insight Timer, through direct message, or through any of my links also on my profile. Yes, I'm looking for it. I'm very my whole being seems quite oriented to the group stuff. I love the lives. I love making my tracks, and but the not but and the group stuff, the lives, and then these other things that I'm developing. Just reaching as many people as possible just feels just like makes me happy. It just excites me. So I'm thinking up a group program and these group readings, group-wide readings. I'm not sure if I even that's the right phrase. Anyhow, yes. Jody says we have a mama rat and 2 babies outside of the window. Oh, hey, Monica, welcome. Nah, not doing readings on Sundays, Monica. All right, my friends, we're going to do a wrap-up meditation, and then I'll let everybody go to sleep, and I'll go to supper. Yeah, thanks, Liz. Happy St. Patty's Day to anybody who's enjoying it. I don't really celebrate St. Patty's, but I do honor it. All right, my friends, we're going to do a love bomb. For those of you that are new, I do have this as a track on my profile, and it is just so wonderful and delicious. So we'll start by putting our left hands on our heart chakra and place your right hand over it. Close your eyes and take a moment to settle into your body. Good morning, Andrea. And turn your mind's eye to peer deeply into your heart space. And looking with love and curiosity deep into your heart space. Look for your heart. Find it there, beating strongly, shining brightly. And gently imagine your hands reaching in towards your heart. And as they get closer, they tenderly and lovingly scoop your heart up, and you hold it in your hands. And peer down, gaze down at your heart with deep love and admiration. This is your most beautiful heart, my friends. Inside of it holds so much love and the capacity for even more. Our hearts are very unique in that they have many different characteristics, some seeming opposite, but it has the ability to hold all of its characteristics at the same time. So broken and whole, tender and strong, fragile and durable, open and closed, empty and full. The heart holds all of these qualities all at once. And as you gaze down at your heart, allow to come to mind a person, place, or thing that you just absolutely purely love. There's no stories, there's no judgment, there's no analysis. You just absolutely, deeply, deeply love this person, place, or thing without expectations or conditions, and hold them, the thought of them in your heart. It could be an animal, critter that you love. It could be a person. It could be your favorite meal or your favorite book. Just hold the thought of that person, place, or thing deeply in your heart. And feel as it expands your love. And then allow to bubble up another person, place, or thing that you absolutely deeply love. And then another and another. And begin to bombard and barrage your heart with a list of people, places, or things that you deeply, purely love. I encourage you to say them out loud. You're welcome to write them in chat if you so choose. I love this house that I live in. It's been a consistent sign of abundance and support and love for 12 plus years. I love how much fun and silliness Marty and I share and the friendship that we've built over these dozen years. I love the courage and the wisdom and the support and the beauty and the power and the love of all the people on Insight Timer that come together to form community, to grow together, to love together, to learn together. Love how vulnerable you guys can be and how loving you can be. I love when I'm really hungry and I have just any kind of meal and it just is so incredibly satisfying. I love that moment when I'm really tired and really ready to sleep and I just slide into bed and get all cozy with my pillows, my blankies, and I love my sleep socks. They keep my feet quite warm throughout the night, which I love that. And I love the sunsets and sunrises, the oceans and lakes of the world. And I love big, amazing, juicy hugs with dear friends and people that I love or admire. And as you bombard your heart, my friends, watch and listen and feel as your heart's energy, that glow, that shine expands and fills your entire heart space. You can do this game, this exercise, and use this tool anytime you need to pick me up. Anytime you want to fill your heart with love, or anytime you need a reminder that love is everywhere in your life. Keep your left hand on your heart and slowly and gently extend your right hand out in front of you, palm forward, and in your mind's eye, imagine placing it on the back of someone here in the group today. And as you do so, envision a massive energetic circle of love of all of us forming this beautiful circle of love, hands on our hearts and hands on another's back of another's heart. 88. I love replicating numbers. 88 people in a circle, an energetic circle of love, just holding loving space, loving allowance for all 88 of us. Hmm. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, palms together in prayer, and bow gently in thanks, in love, and adoration. I thank all of you for being here today, for going on our beautiful spirit walk journey. Congratulations on meeting or feeling or sensing your guides and any message they gave you. I'm excited for you. I'm so happy you were here today. Thank you to anyone who has followed me, anyone who is going to follow today, and anyone who will follow me in the future. Thank you for everybody who listens to my tracks and leaves a review. And thank you if you feel so called to share some love with me in the form of a financial donation. Both I and my business and the things that I need to get in my life and for my business, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thanks to everybody who's already in our beautiful group, Circle of Love. I love all of you guys. You're amazing. And anybody who's going to join, I love you too. I love everybody. I love to help everybody feel the love that is truly available to us at any time. What are you guys saying? Oh, Jody, another teacher said it was a type sign of prosperity. Yeah, very cool. I love that. Joanne, I'll check that message. Kangaroos. Wow. Sleep socks. Yeah, Kimmy. I found out I needed them because I live in a colder climate than I'm used to. And my toesies get cold. 1 hour, 11 minutes. Very cool. I love repeating numbers. Erica says, thank you, Greg, and all my fellow humans. Yes, Erica, thank you for being here. Julie, just wanted to say that I got thrown off last time and it would not let me back on as it was the end. So I say thank you today. Oh, Julie, you're welcome. So there's a solution for that, Julie, my friend. I was taught this many months ago. So sometimes the internet crashes, right? Or the app crashes. If you are following somebody, whether you're following them or not, I don't think it matters. If you go into a live event before it happens and you say that you're going to attend and then you add it to a calendar when your digital calendar on your Outlook or on your mobile device, what happens is it'll put the calendar entry in with a link that will then open up the live event even after it's ended. So that's the way that I do it for anybody that I like to attend regularly. Also, I just like having it in my schedule. So try that out, Julie. I'm sorry that happened last time. I know we have no control over that, but that might help down the road in the future. Yeah, it is a really helpful tip, Erica. Absolutely. You're welcome. Izzy, are you asking me how old I am? Izzy's asking me how old I am. Do you want to guess? I'll tell you, but I'm just curious how old you think I am. And remember, I've been meditating for a long time, and I'm a total goofball, which some people confuse for being younger. 50. Not a bad guess. Linda knows. I just turned 60 on February 25th. And in person, most people think I'm in my 30s or 40s. So, oh, yes, indeed. Believe it or not, I have been on the spiritual path since I was 23 or 4, and I have been meditating almost every day. I do skip sometimes, and there was, I think, a month somewhere during a really hard time that I wasn't meditating, but I've been meditating almost all that time. It is a long time. It's funny because when I realized, and when I was making my profile for Insight Timer, I was trying to, I don't really care about certifications and things. I mean, I did before I became a teacher, before I launched on Insight Timer. I was very scared and nervous about what people would think about that. But honestly, life's my teacher. So life has certified me to know what I know and to believe what I believe. And I'm good with that. And that's enough for me. Anyways, I was trying to think of like, how do you convey all this time I've spent on the spiritual path? And I was like, okay, well, years work. So I wrote that down and I was like, what? 35 plus years? No way. When you think about it, that's over half my life I've spent, on the journey, which is mind blowing. I don't think there's anything in my life I've done longer than meditate, which is pretty wild. So yeah, what are you guys saying? Rhonda says, gotta run. You're welcome. You're welcome, dear. Good to see you. I'll hope to see you again soon. Joanne says, it was so wonderful. Thanks. So lovely to have been able to join today. Have missed you all. Yeah. I'm glad you had fun on your vacation, Joanne, but we did miss you too. I missed seeing you regularly. Oh, welcome back, William. Seems like I couldn't get to sleep, so I'm going to meditate a bit more with your cat. I love that. No, Kimmy, I'm in Pisces, my dear. Pisces through and through, February 25th. No, Siri. Cancel. I don't know. Yeah, there is. Okay. My iPod just thought that I was talking to it. Yep, Charlie's right. Pisces, Pisces. We share our birthdays. Get out, Charlie. Are you February 25th? Get out of town. That's so cool. Pisces friends. Lady, that is a very good question. Yeah. So, ooh, my moon's a Leo, Ruby. I love Leos. My former best friend, who isn't a best friend anymore, was a Leo. Yeah. Siri. No, bad Siri. Okay. So Joanne's a Leo. Oh, no wonder I like you so much. I like everybody, but extra special for people that I astrologically vibe with. But we're also emotional authorities, Joanne. So that's the other thing too. Okay, so somebody asked about how I got into meditating. So, a brief bit about my story. When I was in my teens, I was reading a wonderful book from Anthony DeMello, who is a Jesuit priest and a bit of a mystic for being a Catholic priest. His book was called uh, Song of the Bird, or The Song of the Bird. Yeah. And it was full of anecdotal stories, parables, meditations, and a lot of really good mystic stuff. So I was reading that book in my late teens. It was late high school, maybe junior or senior. So I must have been maybe 17 or 18. And about 2/3 way through the book, there was this really cool meditation story. And it actually gave instructions on how to meditate. And I thought, sure, what the hell? Let's try it out. So I sat on my bed and I followed these directions. And within about a moment of doing these, I was somewhere else. Uh, I basically had an out of body experience. The best thing that I can describe it with is that I went into a transcendent state and I felt like I was everywhere. And it scared the crap out of me. It scared the bejeebers out of me. And I swore I would never meditate again. And then in my early teens, and at the time I was a pretty consistent Catholic, let's put it that way. And I was very Christian and a consistent Catholic. I left the church in my 20s. But when I was 23, what was it? Memorial Day, late May of 1988, I was in New York City visiting my girlfriend at the time, and we had a incredibly codependent relationship, and it wasn't very healthy, but we had a really beautiful spiritual connection. Well, she decided that weekend that if I didn't get my shit together, she would break up with me. Sorry for swearing, but whatever. I use it for emphasis. She saw that I had some addictive habits and behaviors, and she felt that, for right or wrong, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but um, she wanted me to be better. Um, but she was being codependent and totally focused on me and not on her. Anyways, she broke up with me, which absolutely crushed me. It was the most devastating moment of my life. I cried for 3 days straight, and and then I realized I didn't, whether she was right or not, I didn't know, but I felt so lost and despairing that I needed help. And a dear friend of mine at the time had gone into a outpatient program that was in the mornings and a half day. And I went to meet with the director of that, who actually happened to be a distant cousin. I'm telling the full story. This is crazy. Um, and I don't remember anything we talked about. All I remember was that he accepted me into the outpatient program. It was a counseling, group counseling structured program. And and at the time my car was broken and I walked out of there and a dear friend picked me up. And all I remember thinking, I just had this deep, deep knowing that everything was going to be okay. And not just like a platitude, like, oh, there, Greg, everything's going to be okay. But somehow deep inside, I knew that everything from then on out was going to be okay. And part of that program was a commitment to meditate daily, which I started to do. And I was desperate. I was desperate for some peace of mind. I was desperate for a way to feel better. I was desperate to grow, and that's what started it. Bye, Kimmy. I'm glad the love bomb recharged you. So that's the slightly prolonged story of how I got into meditating. Eventually, I was basically doing my own thing, but eventually I met a teacher who taught me more about meditating, and I started to experiment with all sorts of different meditations along the way. Breathing meditations. My go-to is a chakra meditation that I learned when I was 30 or 29, from my very first Buddhist teacher that I ever had. But then I also found out eventually I started doing some ecstatic dance, and I found out that dancing was very meditative for me. So there's lots of different forms of meditating. It doesn't necessarily just sitting. And these days, I like doing my ChakraTouch stuff and taking people on journeys and just guiding folks on the path to their own heart, because the heart is, for me, the most amazing place to be. And really, the deeper we can drop into our hearts, the more we remember that love is the most highest vibration on the planet and the most beautiful, amazing thing that we could ever have in our lives. So that's my long story. Yes, Charlie, some breakups are a blessing in disguise. A year later, she wanted me back because I'd grown so much and she had started finally working on herself. But just the thought of that made me crazy. So as much as I loved her, I had to say no. Alrighty, enough of that. Let's see if I missed anything else. Thanks, lady. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for asking. I like telling stories. I think we all can learn. I learn from quite a lot, usually my own stories and others. So, hey, Yvonne from Los Angeles, my old stomping grounds. I was living there for a few years, over 12 years ago. Anywho, my dear, beloved, beautiful, amazing lovelies, it is time for me to go. Thank you again for being here. Please do follow. If you feel called to donate, I thank you for that. If you feel like you want to come back and see me again on another live, I will be here again on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 2:22 p.m. Eastern US time, and then this coming Friday at 4:44 p.m. Eastern US time, and we will be doing ChakraTouch readings those days, which are really, really lovely. If you've never experienced it, if you're in a point in your life where you could really use some loving guidance. That's just, I mean, it's loving guidance, really is what it is. And it's quite beautiful. So come join us for those if you feel so called. If not, otherwise, I will see you at somebody else's live, or who knows. Many, many thanks to you. You're welcome, Charlie. Appreciate it. Okay, William. Yeah, we hope to see you there. All right, my friends, I've got to skedaddle. Take good care of your hearts and yourselves and each other. If you have somebody in your life, take good care of them too. All righty. Bye. Thanks for being here today.